agree on one thing, and that is that rewarded behaviors will continue and behaviors that go unrewarded disappear. Can you guys think of an example?
I mean, if you don't reward your dog for licking your face, they probably will still do it.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so did everybody hear her? She said if you don't reward your dog for licking your face, they're going to still do it. Okay, so that's a really good point. You have to remember that reward is defined by your dog, not by you. Okay, so if your dog derives some pleasure from licking your face, then yes, he is getting rewarded whether you have given him the reward or not. So let's always keep in mind that we're trying to identify what motivates the behavior. Other examples are, you ask your dog to sit. Can you do this with that thing? You ask your dog to sit, he gets a treat. Okay? So if she goes on rewarding sit, that's good. So how about the example of a dog that you put in a kennel? Has anybody ever had a dog that would break out of his kennel? Okay. So that behavior, you didn't reward that behavior, did you? The dog kept breaking out of that kennel, didn't he? Why is that?
Probably get into something it wants.
Freedom! A problem with bigger dogs where they get up on the counter and they eat your food, right? Now, none of us reward that behavior, right? Why does the dog keep coming? Exactly, right? So he's getting
own reward.
his own reward. Very good. We call those self. What about dogs that are just being good? So over here, you guys kind of watched a really good example of that if you were paying attention. She was laying over here on her place being super good and getting absolutely nothing from any of us, right? And after a little bit, she's like, well, this is not working. I'm going to try a different behavior, right? She had a problem, and that problem was, I'm not the center of attention here. So she tried to fix that problem, okay? So sometimes when your dog is just being good, that's a behavior that you want to see more of. So if you don't want that behavior to disappear, what do you have to do? Reward it. Exactly. So we can all agree, rewarded behaviors continue, unrewarded behaviors disappear, right? That is going to be, and the dog defines the reward. Okay, so that's going to be really the premise of our training here, okay? What to do if your dog makes a good decision, okay? If your dog has a rewardable behavior. So this is going to lead into our first homework assignment. And I know that this is a little bit heavy, so I'm going to try and demonstrate as I explain it. Okay, so one option is that you can praise your dog and you can tell them that they're nice and use a rewarding tone, maybe pat them, maybe give them a treat. Praise gives you the option of giving a treat if you want to, if it's convenient. But your dog knows that you're pleased, right? You should always be sincere when you say good. Your dog knows the difference, okay? How many of you in here feel like your dog knows how you feel? They know when you're sad, they know when you're happy, right? So if you insincerely and somewhat randomly are saying good, your dog knows the difference, okay? It doesn't mean as much. So make sure you heartfelt mean it when you tell your dog they're being a good dog, okay? That's good. Very good. Mm-hmm. All right, so the other thing that we can do, and this is something like that to engage your dog with. So those can be very powerful. Innate rewards. Those are things that you didn't have to teach your dog to like. He just came liking them, right? We're going to pair that with a word, okay? And you guys, one of your homeworks is to pick a word. It needs to be short. It could be nice, or yep, or yes. The difference between praise, which is sort of like, hey, you're doing a good job, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, I really like it, okay? your reinforcer, your conditioned reinforcer, which is like, have some party, right? We're gonna break and have a little party, right? And they get to be done. So it needs to be powerful and exciting. Okay, when you say it, whatever your word is, you must pay it. This is our mantra. Whatever your word is, if you say it, you gotta pay it. Okay? Okay, so homework number 1, teach your conditioned reinforcer. If you say it, that's right. You're just going to start with your dog in front of you. If your dog has a sit, have them sit in front of you. Maybe your dog doesn't have a sit, that's fine, they can stand. And you're just going, you may have to help me out. You're just going to start out by asking them to look at you. So every time she looks away, she gets a little leash tug. Leash tug is just simply telling her that's not it, okay? And essentially, what we're doing here is we're creating a problem for your dog. Hey, this annoying thing is happening, and I need to make it stop. How do I make it stop? Oh, marker in itself is going to be terminating, meaning that once you've used it for the moment, the exercise is complete. Okay? You're going to give them a little break. They can go chase the treat or get the treat and get up. They're at ease until you ask them to do something again. A lure and a bribe are very similar. So those of you who have not had me before, can you imagine what is the difference between a lure and a bribe? First of all, what's a bribe? Anybody?
It's like saying if you do this for me, I'll give you this.
Absolutely. You want a cookie? Well, let's do this. What's a lure?
A lure is like trying to get someone to come to you with something else.
With something that they want. Right? You have something they want, you're trying to lure them, right? So, okay, your dog has to know that when you use your marker, that he made reward happen. Okay? He's in charge. He made reward happen. Okay? So, a couple of things to consider. I am still really trying to hone this skill, so I'm going to do it once wrong. And what I want you guys to think about, so if my reward marker is yes, I say it in a little bit different way, but if that's my reward marker, I want you, as I say that, to take a mental picture, because that's exactly what your dog is doing. When you say that conditioned reinforcer, he's snapping a picture of what's going on in his environment to remember to repeat it next time so that he can make reward happen again. Okay? All right, so we're going to just repeat that so I can I'm going to do it the first time the wrong way, and I'll do it the right way, and I'll explain to you guys the difference. Okay? Somebody might have to Nice! Did you guys see the difference between what I was doing when the conditioned reinforcer was set? What did I do wrong the first time? Anybody? I'm gonna say it again.
Are you celebrating like before you said it?
Yeah, you're getting close.
Did
Okay.
you throw the treat before you said that?
Ding, ding, ding. I didn't throw the treat, but I reached for the treat. So when that snapshot was taken, my hand was in my pocket. This is a really hard habit to break for us cookie trainers. So the only indication to the dog that reward is going to happen is not I made reward happen because I stuck my hand in my pocket. She made reward happen by doing the behavior. Direct pursuit of a treat. What does that sound like to you? Just talking about it.
it's like saying, I'm gonna do this, so come on, do it.
Right, which is we just defined those words, which is a
Bribe.
sure, or a lure, correct. So, direct pursuit of a treat, when used appropriately, we call it a lure. Indirect pursuit of a treat is when the dog actually moves away from the treat to earn the treat, okay? And we're gonna see an example here with that. When you get home. And I want you each day to try and get a little further away from the kennel and send your dog to the kennel. That's indirect pursuit of a reward, right? He's running away from you that has the reward to earn the reward, all right? It's an important concept, and we're gonna do more of this next week.